How's it going, lads? Marshall here, and welcome to another video on the channel. Today what we're doing, we've looked at the upgrades in the past, and we are going to continue with that in the future. But today I thought, you know what? Let's have a look at the Premier League, and let's have a look at some downgrades. They're not guaranteed downgrades, of course. Normally a year, they give downgrades to aging players or players that have kind of been injured or have dropped massively in form, all of which are featured in today's video. So it's not necessarily what I think or I want certain players to be rated. It's what I think EA will think, if that kind of makes sense. It's the whole kind of Inception thing going on. But anyways, guys, if you do enjoy, smash a like on the video. That would be very much appreciated. Fatal will be out tomorrow. Look forward to that. And if you do want any cheap MSP, PSN, or even game codes, head on over to g2a.com, use that code M89. Every single link that you will need is right there in the description below. So you can see the screens in the background. It's time to turn them on. Let's get in the first player. Wayne Rooney is our first one, of course, now of Everton. I know what you're going to say. He had a cracking pre-season. He's come on, debut goal. He's not going to get downgraded, but like I said just a few moments ago, I reckon with aging players on this game, EA likes to downgrade them, and I fully expect Rooney to get either a -1 or a -2. I've given him a -2, going from an 84 rated cam to an 82 centre forward, because I'm not too sure where Everton plan on playing this guy, either striker or cam. So centre forward is smack bang in between. Skill moves 3-star, it's not going to change, I don't believe. He kind of warrants 4-star, he deserves 4-star, anything like that. 4-star weak foot, that is fair enough. The shooting's going to be good with the card, as you can see. 83 shooting, not actually too bad. The one that's going to be kind of impacted the most is the pace. 68. He's going to be very slow, but at the same time, he's going to be very technical with great passing. 81 passing, that is fantastic. He's going to be very strong, of course. 84 physical. Rooney has always been combative in the challenge, and I fully expect him to be the same on 18. He's going to have that lack of pace that is needed on the game. So, with that being said, on to the next. Speaking of pace, he's always kind of been fast. It is Loic Remy, the former Newcastle man, of course. I'm a Newcastle fan. He did brilliant when he was at the club, but since then he's dropped off massively. He went to Chelsea, of course. He didn't really kind of find his feet at Chelsea. He went out on loan to various different clubs, and I fully expect him to get transferred in this window. Now, as I'm making this video, I'm not too sure he's transferred yet, so I've still got the Chelsea badge on him. But if he remains in the Premier League, I reckon he'll getting kind of one of the biggest downgrades. -4 from an 81 to an 87. I reckon he's going to keep the same skill moves. I mean, he's not kind of lacked in that area. 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot, that's not actually too bad for the card. But when you look at his dribbling, 72, that's going to be impacted the most. Alongside that, he will be quite weak. I mean, 70 physical, not the greatest in the world. So his dribbling's going to be quite bad. His stride will be long because it is on 17. It's got a kind of a long stride, but he's got the pace to catch up with that. If he's got 82 pace, that's not too shabby in the slightest. But at the same time, you need good finishing. I reckon he will have good finishing, but the shooting could go wayward depending on the accuracy of his long shot and the finishing stat. And the speed will be good in the card. 82 pace is enough for any card in this game, but I fully expect he will get a -4 downgrade. A massive downgrade. And speaking of massive downgrades, the next Frenchman, which is a former Newcastle man as well, fully deserves this one. Moussa Sissoko, the former Newcastle man. He went to Tottenham to change his life, change his career. What did he do? He didn't really play much, and when he did, he played shockingly bad. I know the Spurs fans are kind of optimistic when they sign him. It's Sissoko. Maybe he'll be like the French Sissoko, the one that plays for France, the one that is very effective in game. They got the Newcastle Sissoko, the one who is effective every now and then, but rarely does anything, and I mean absolutely anything. His passing is atrocious. I reckon that will be 73 on FIFA 18. His dribbling is bad as well, 76, and the shooting is terrible at 72. So his finishing won't be great, and his long shots won't be good either. So having this guy at cam, pointless. Having this guy at CDM, I'm not too sure. His defending is quite low, so his tackling could be quite bad. Centre mid, perfect. He will be a right midfielder, I do believe, because he comes on and he started the game against Newcastle at the weekend as a right winger slash right mid slash right forward, wherever you want to play him. He started in that position, drifted off to the left hand side, so I don't reckon he'll be a central guard. Fully expect him to stay on the wing as a right midfielder. The next guy, oh my god, look at the pros. There isn't any with Debussy. There is none whatsoever. Why? because he does nothing. He actually does nothing. He either plays at a right back or centre back from time to time for Arsenal. He's been such a bad transfer, such a bad player. Bellerin, youngster, was start ahead of him, and Bellerin has become like the natural right back for Arsenal. Apart from that, Chambers start ahead of Debussy. That says it all. That says all. Debussy, his career since being from Newcastle going to Arsenal, that's an upward curve. Then it went down, down, down. I'm not even sure if he kind of plays football anymore. Let me know in the comment section below. Is he still an Arsenal player? Because in my mind, he retired. He retired the second he left Newcastle, because since he has, he's literally done nothing with his career. 3-star skills, 3-star week for that won't be affected by the downgrade. I reckon he's going to get a -5 from his 80 rated card, and this has been quite generous. I reckon he could go to a silver because, like I said, he never plays. He never plays football. He's always got an injury. He's always got an excuse, and when he's fully fit and he's raring to go, he's not good enough for the first team. He's not good enough for the bench. He's bog average. He's just crap, lads. He's just crap. Speed, defensive positioning, tackling, passing will all be atrocious on the card. And when you look at his card stats, 69 pace, I think it says it all. But that's another Arsenal player. There's quite a lot of Arsenal players in this, simply because a lot of them are aging. The next one, he goes missing a lot. I think you can already guess who it is. Mr. Mesut Ozil. He goes missing in big games from time to time. I didn't want to give him a downgrade because I admire this guy. I reckon he's amazing. You hear it all the time in my reviews, the Ozil-esque vision, the Ozil-esque pass. I reckon Mesut Ozil is one of the best passers of the ball, one of the most creative midfielders in world football. But I know last season he got like 13 goals, 13 assists, or 15 goals, 15 assists. At the same time, in the big games, he just goes missing. So for me, he doesn't deserve an 89 rated card. I reckon he's kind of going to find his ground at an 88 rated card. And I fully believe that is what EA will do. Sometimes in football, you can have all the ability possible. If you go missing in the big games, though, you're just not a big game player, and I don't think you deserve a big boy rating. Ozil, of course, is one of the world's best, so he deserves a very high rating. I still believe 88 is a very, very high rating for the card. The weak foot won't be affected. 2-star for him. He's very, very left-footed. 4-star skills, you'll keep that. His passing, massive pro. 86, I haven't really changed that. His dribbling will be immense still. 83 dribbling. Creativity will be through the bloody roof. The one downside, or maybe two downsides of the card, strength and his pace. His pace isn't great. I mean, his pace will be like in the 71 region. Of course, he's kind of getting on a bit now. So what he does is he doesn't burst kind of pace. He gets in position. His positioning is great, by the way. But he goes missing a lot, lads. He goes missing a lot. So for me, he deserves a downgrade. Not by much, just by one. On to the next. Has he rejoined Swansea yet? It is Wilfred Boney. Of course, at Swansea, he did very, very well. Getting the transfer from Swansea to Manchester City. What did he do in Manchester City? Nothing. Zilch. Nada. Zero. He did nothing at all at Manchester City. He got loaned out last season at Stoke City, I do believe. He didn't do too great there either. So what's next for Wilfred Boney? I think he's going to get the transfer back to Swansea, or as you see in this video, he might have already transferred. So I reckon he's getting a -3 downgrade. It's a sad sight because I've always liked Boney on the game. He's always very strong. I think he'll keep that 82 physical about the card because he's a strong player in real life. He is very, very strong. His dribbling isn't all there. 72. His pace will be massively affected. Down to 70. His shooting will be very high, so I fully believe he'll be strong, he'll be powerful, and his finishing will be good. But on the downside, it's his speed. And for me, he's getting a -3 from an 81 rated card to a 78 rated card. Of course, I've got the Manchester City badge there, but that's only because I don't know if he's actually moved yet. I don't think he has. I think he's still contracted to Manchester City. Whether he's went to Swansea by the time you've seen this video is yet to be seen. But that is Wilfred Boney. Next up is another Arsenal player, and it's not even the last Arsenal player on the list. There's one more to go, but Santi Cazorla, like I said at the very start, with age in football, they tend to get massively downgraded. In Santi Cazorla's case, I've given him a -1. It's not exactly like a -3, a -2, a -4 even. It's a -1. It's not exactly going to change the game. It's not exactly going to change a player. But at the same time, I don't think he's warranted of that 85 rated card. He's now replaced in the squad by the likes of Granit Xhaka, the other midfielders. El Nenny's in there. I know El Nenny's completely different from Santi Cazorla in terms of playstyle. It's more like a Coquelin, but at the same time, Cazorla, I reckon he could get downgraded, not because of his talents, because of his age, simply because of his age. This is something I don't want. It's just something I reckon EA will do. Unfortunately for the card, he's going to lose pace. 68 pace. His shooting will be still quite high at 78. His passing will be the key to this card alongside his dribbling. 5-star weak foot. That is key as well. Massive, massive bonus to the card. And of course, the 4-star skills couples with that very, very well. His passing will be great, and at least a great creativity if you have the vision. The downside with the card, or one of the downside, is the strength. 62 physical. Not great in the sight. So for 18, I hope the kind of players, they don't need the strength, they don't need a shield, they can kind of drift into space, get the ball, create a chance. That's what I want for Özil, that's what I want for Cazorla, that's what I want for a lot of attacking midfielders on this game. So next up, there's no surprise, another Arsenal man. I had to, lads, I just had to. I mean, he didn't play last season, he played 2 games, 2 appearances in the Premier League, 1 start, 1 sub. That is it. So for me, the injuries that blighted him last season will massively affect him. Not only that, it's doubled up by his age as well. He's retiring at the end of this season, so I reckon Mertesacker, although I do like him in real life on this game, he's shit on 17. On 18, I think you'll be a lot worse due to the pace. Look at it, sink it in. 23 pace. That is shockingly, shockingly bad. But Mertesacker in real life isn't very fast. What he's good at is his positioning. It's always on point. Always on point. That means he doesn't have to run very far. He doesn't have to run very fast. He's always kind of in reaching distance of the defender. Maybe he's getting a bit too old now, and that's why I've downgraded him a lot due to that and his injury last season. But his tackling will be still through the roof. 87 defending. His height will be key, and his heading, you'll win everything in the air. He will be dominant in the air. But the main downside for anyone with less than 30 pace is the pace. 23 pace. My good God, that would be a sorry sight. But anyways, guys, let's have a look at Leicester City's winger. And it's not just any winger, it's a former player of the year and a 5-star skiller. It is Riyad Mahrez. Now, Mahrez, when Leicester won the title, he was the dream. He was the player everyone wanted. He was the go-to man, the skiller, this, that, the other. But last season, he dropped off somewhat rotten. He dropped off so damn much. The same can be said about Hoof. The same could have been said about Vardy, about every single player in the Leicester team. Last year, they didn't perform. For Algeria, he did very well. He got like a man of the match in FIFA and stuff like that. So I know internationally he's been doing well, but for the club last season, he wasn't great. I know the start of this season, he started quite well against Arsenal, but Riyad Mahrez, he's kind of a shadow of his former self right now, so I'm not giving him a massive downgrade like a Mertesacker, for example. I'm giving him more of an Özil-esque downgrade, -1. It's not going to change the world. It's not going to change his game. He's still going to be a fantastic 5-star skiller. Cutting inside to the stronger left foot. He'll do that all game long. 5-star skills, speed, dribbling. Great about the card. The downside. Look at the physical. 56. My good God. That will be shockingly bad about the card. And like I said earlier on, his strength isn't like, it's still a key part of FIFA 18. We're in for trouble. But if it's not, all could be rosy. All could be rosy with Riyad Mahrez. That being said, let's have a look at the last player. West Ham have a new keeper, and he let in 4 goals on his debut. Of course, it is Joe Hart. Now, last season he got loaned out from Manchester City. It was a decision a lot of people didn't agree with. Everyone was like, he's English, let him kind of find his ground with Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. But he went out to Torino. He still did shockingly bad. He was very bad. His handling was shocking, so I've downgraded that to 78, and I fully expect EA to go ham on this card. I don't think he's like England's #1 for much longer. I think Pickford's coming through. I think Heaton did very well last year. Joe Hart needs to improve massively, so I've given him a -3 downgrade. Unfortunately for him, and unfortunately for West Ham, I reckon this guy's a good lad in real life. I reckon he's a good player in real life. Sometimes his reflexes are always on point, but at the same time, his handling in real life, something needs to improve and crosses, etc., etc., he just flaps at them. He flaps at them every single time, and that does go against the card and against the play in real life. So, for me, his reflexes will be good, his positioning should be good, his reaction is always on point, but his crosses and his handling needs to be improved massively. Well, I don't think it will be improved, but he needs to improve upon that in real life. But lads, that's where I'm going to end this video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, once again, smash the hell out of that thumbs up button. Fatal is tomorrow. Subscribe if you are new, lads. And as always, I will catch you all next time.